beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Monique and I would absolutely love if you hit that subscribe button and become a part of my community. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 3 things that I do to help reduce my stress and anxiety. And these top 3 things are top secret. I guess not so secret anymore, but they have absolutely changed my life. And I say that because I am a person that really struggles with being stressed out and anxious like all of the time. And now that I've been learning how to navigate through certain tools, how to take more control of my mind, how to shift from one mindset to the other, I feel like I am finally being set free. And so I wanted to share these top 3 things with you guys because I know that if they have really helped me, they can really help you if you are someone who also struggles with stress and anxiety. These tools were picked up from my life coach, Lindsay Preston, and if you are interested in working with the life coach as well, I will leave her information in the description box below. She does require to doing a one-on-one call with you before committing to working with one another, and I love that because it's not just about money to her. It's about whether or not you are a good fit and whether or not she really can help you go where it is you want to go. Disclaimer, some of these things are a little woo-woo. Some of them, you know, it can be a little weird to do in the beginning. I will admit it 100%, but after doing it for a couple of months, I'm a firm believer that these 3 things will help you change your mindset, will help you change your life, and most importantly, will help you just rewire. Without further ado, let's just jump into it. First thing that I use to help me reduce my stress and my anxiety is mantras. The dictionary definition is a slogan frequently repeated. I'm going to share some of my favorite mantras with you guys, and these are the ones that I typically tell myself when I'm kind of feeling the anxiety, the stress, and just get into a really negative place. Any time of yucky, ill, gross feeling that I don't want to feel, that's not happy, positive, I tell myself these mantras because one thing that I've learned, another thing from coaching, which I'll share with you guys, is something called your inner mean girl. And this is basically the like negative voice in your head that tells you negative things, that you're ugly, that you're fat, that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve to be loved. Like anything to do that's negative and brings you down is your inner mean girl. So mantras are such a good way to bring yourself in alignment with your authentic self because these are mantras that you create when you're thinking about what it is you want to do, what kind of life you want to have, what kind of mindset you want to have. And so one of my absolute favorite mantras that I tell myself probably every day is I am right where I'm supposed to be. This is a big one for me because I feel like in my life I've always been kind of like running, on the go. I just feel like I'm always on the go to the next milestone, that I never stop and just enjoy what I've already created for myself. And that has a lot to do with feeling like I'm behind, feeling like I'm not good enough, and all of the negative things and emotions that are associated with that. So bringing myself back to the earth, grounding myself and reminding myself that I am right where I am supposed to be. It sounds so simple, but it does a lot for me because it just reminds me that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Like, don't worry about where you're not, because you're right where you're supposed to be. And I feel like it's so powerful. So what I would recommend to you is pay attention to what your mind is telling you. Listen to the negative self-talk, write it down, ask yourself what it is that you think about certain things, and figure out what beliefs that you want to change. For me, it was feeling like I was always behind, and that's why I told myself I am right where I'm supposed to be, because I'm not supposed to be that way. I'm not supposed to be one step forward, one step back. I'm meant to be right here. And that just gives me so much peace and so much clarity, and I want you guys to find the same thing. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave any comments. Your brain believes anything you tell it, and if you're constantly telling it negative, bad things, that's what you're going to believe. If you're constantly telling it good, positive things, that's what you're going to believe. And so it's really important that you realize that we really are creating the lives that we want to live. And I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. And this is one tool that you can use to get yourself out of that funk when you are in that bad place. second tool that I have been obsessed with is writing, journaling every day. So let me show you. I have my journal right here in front of me. I absolutely love this thing, and I've been doing it almost every day. And I think my first journal entry in here was in April, so it's been a couple of months. I picked up this journal because I absolutely just saw it and fell in love with it. I thought it was the cutest thing. It's by Van Gogh, the art at least, not the journal. And I highly recommend you get a journal that speaks to you. Get a journal that you're excited to look at, that just you feel called to that journal. That sounds crazy to be like, I feel called, but just anything that you like. I love sunflowers, I love Van Gogh, so that's why I picked this up. And as you can see here, like, I've written a lot in here. And so every single day I try to write something in here just to kind of take tabs of my mental, figure out where I'm at, what I'm feeling, what's going on in my head that day, what's stressing me out. But when I'm stressed or anxious and it's really bad, I go to write. Like, no matter what it is, if I'm starting to feel like, okay, I'm spiraling, I need to write. And the reason why is because when you allow those problems to just live in your mind, it just grows. You start thinking about every single little itty bitty thing about it. You start analyzing it to the fullest, and you just start creating problems that don't even exist. They're not even real problems, but in your mind, because that's all you're doing is putting all of your focus and your energy into this problem. It starts to become this big, and it's really not. When I am starting to feel like just all the thoughts are just in my head, I'm feeling the tension in my body, I'm feeling negative, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling like my life sucks, I'm feeling like I don't love my life, you know, all of that, I get the pen to paper, because once you start putting those thoughts onto paper, it starts to just become a lot more clear what's really going on and what's really bothering me, and why is that really bothering me? Should it be bothering me? Am I making a big deal out of something little because it's triggering a bullet hole from the past? It's triggering a trauma from years and years and years ago that I'm just defensive about, and that's why I'm acting this way or feeling this way. And it just allows you to just become so much more introspective into your own brain versus keeping the thoughts in your head and them just growing and growing and growing into something huge that's not even real. And that's why I am a firm believer in writing, because it's just such a good way to get clarity, such a good way to let it out. And I'm not gonna lie, journaling is tough, especially because we're so used to like always being on our phone, we're so used to texting, we're so used to not really thinking and writing, which sounds crazy, but we're not used to thinking new ideas. There was a crazy statistic that I heard that 90% of the thoughts you have today you had yesterday, and it's just crazy to think that I'm thinking the same thoughts every day. Like, how am I gonna progress as a human being to do new and bigger and better things if I'm having the same exact thoughts? Because everything we do, the first thing that it ever is a thought. It's an idea. And so it's super important to just get it out of your head, get it onto paper, that you can clearly see what exactly is going on. And that is just the best way to really get to know yourself, to really get to know what's going on in your mind. Because I feel like for me personally, as I become an adult, everything that's become triggering to me always ties back to something that happened when I was a child. Everybody has life trauma. No matter how privileged, no matter how poor, no matter the color of your skin, we all have things that happened in our lives that molded us and shaped us, and sometimes not in the best way, you know, and that's just the truth. But the important thing is that if it's holding you back, you need to make sure that you're paying attention enough so that we can fix it. Because I don't know about you, but I just do not want to live the rest of my life being stressed out and anxious and depressed, because it's just not a good living, you know? You want to be free, you want to be happy, you want to be creative, you want to be loving, you want to be kind. Writing has definitely been one of those things that I didn't think that I would enjoy, because it feels like a chore at first. It really does. But now it's my go-to. Whenever I'm feeling bad, it's what I run to, because I know that once I put it on paper, I'm going to be able to identify and clearly see what the problem is, if I'm in the wrong, if the other person's in the wrong. It just helps me see the whole situation in a different way versus just feeling like I'm the one being hurt, I'm the victim, this is my life that's being affected, and then causing all these problems that aren't real. So The last thing that I'm going to talk about today is something that my coach calls do you time. And that's what she calls it, and essentially it's time where you do you, you know? You basically do things that make you happy, that make you feel fulfilled, and that make you feel like the best version of you. And when I first started trying to figure out what do you time I wanted, it was so hard for me because I'm not gonna lie, when I joined this challenge, I was really lost in who I was. I didn't really know who I wanted to be. I was just so lost that I didn't really even know what I liked to do for fun, which sounds crazy, but I don't know, maybe if you can relate, leave a comment down below. I really want to know that I'm not alone in this, but I just lost myself and I didn't know what I enjoyed to do for fun because when I became an adult, my only priority, my only focus was work, 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 and it's like, what do you do for fun? There's no time for fun. And so now I'm trying to figure out like, okay, what do I like to do? What makes me feel happy? You know, what makes me feel like the best version of me? And it's been a journey to figure that out, and now I'm starting to put the pieces together, start to figure out what it is that I like to do, how I like to take care of myself, what makes me feel like really pretty and really put together and just makes me feel happy. And that's what I've been doing. So anytime when I start to feel like I'm losing myself again, I do my do you time. Just to give you guys a little update on where I'm at in my life coaching journey, we are almost done with the Unstoppable Challenge, and it's been going really, really good. There are obviously still hiccups, kind of, that's just going to be life, you know. Life is always going to be hard. There are always going to be those things that go wrong. There are always going to be those things that trigger old memories or old emotions. What I've been loving about this whole experience is that I'm learning the tools that I know can pull me out of anything, and it's just so cool to know it, to practice it, and to see that it's actually working. Like, that's the best part, to feel like I'm becoming more and more like my authentic self, to feel like I have found my passion, to feel excited about life again, to be happy, to feel connected again. I'm really, really happy with where I'm at. I'm really, really happy with the results that I've gotten from the coaching so far, and I can't wait to see how it all wraps up at the end. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out the description box down below if you're interested in doing Lindsay's 21-day Life Lovers Challenge. She did share a coupon code with me for $20 off, and it's just Monique 20. So go ahead and let her know that you heard about her from me, and she will hook you up with a discount. And like I said, she does require a one-on-one call with you, so she doesn't just work with anybody, but she works with women that she knows that she can help. And I feel like it's really important for you to do a one-on-one call with her too, because if, like I said about being called about a journal, you have to feel called for everything you do in your life, because you need to know that you are meant to do that. You know, that's how I felt whenever I talked to Lindsay. After talking to her, I just felt called to working with her. It's just been amazing ever since. So definitely, at the very least, if any of what I said resonated with you, if you feel like you need help and you want to make that investment, I know that the 21-day Life Lovers Challenge before my code is 97, so with my code is 77, which is not bad. One of my friends that I went to high school with, she signed up to do the 21-day Life Lovers Challenge, and I'll keep her name anonymous just because I didn't ask her if I could share, and she has said that she absolutely loved it, and she just was telling me that she was so grateful that I told her about Lindsay, and that just makes me so happy to know that she absolutely loved Lindsay just as much as I do. It was just so heart-filling because she's changing lives, and the tools that you're learning, like, these are tools that I am going to use until I die, because I know for one damn thing, I never want to feel as anxious or as stressed or as depressed as I have for the last couple of years. Like, that is behind me, and I'm just excited for the future. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate you and the community that we are building here on my YouTube channel. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.